Alright guys, we're making some country curry chicken today. So let's get some gloves on and deal with the chicken. Alright. Well, first we're just gonna get the skin off. And this curry chicken, all I have is white meat breast. So one thing I love about this and the series that I want to start is just cooking with whatever you have in the house and making it work. Nobody in the house right now eats dark meat. That means no leg and thigh, so normally we don't even have it. But if I have a client, which actually I do, and the client that I'm cooking this for, as well as myself, only eats white meat just like me. Okay? So let's get rid of the... Now this, I'm just gonna cut these in decent chunks. I guess about 1/4 inch is what you can call it. All right. Yeah. Now this is a country curry chicken I'm gonna be making, guys. So this curry chicken here, you cook it with yam, banana, well no, not banana, yam, potatoes, you know, anything like that. What's going on here? So just chop them up and get them in this. All right, guys, look. All right, just curry chicken. All right, just add some vinegar to it. I don't have any lime juice and no lemon juice, so I gotta use vinegar. The next best thing. You don't have lime, you don't have lemon, you use vinegar. We're making a country style curry chicken, so it's gonna have yellow yam, potato. What else I have in there? Oh, pumpkin. to give it a little sweetness. All right. All right, so let me go and rinse off this chicken. I'll be right back. All right, so the chicken rinse off now. So now we're just gonna do a basic seasoning, all right? And let me show you what I have. I'll wipe off this glove. Matter of fact, I'm gonna change out these gloves because I want to put my hand in the seasoning. So get rid of the gloves. Remember, when you're cooking, just because you have on gloves does not mean it's a good thing, because you'll forget to wash your hands. So it's actually better to do it without the gloves. That way you can wash your hand, wash your hands more frequently. So we have the rinsed chicken that we cut up, and we just use vinegar. And let me bring my seasonings over here and show you what we got going on here. So all of my seasonings are pretty much labeled so we know what it is, right? So it's easy access to get to it. This is a jerk all-purpose. So when I'm making jerk chicken, this is the one that I would use along with the jerk seasoning, right? This is an all-purpose. This all-purpose, all we have in this is just garlic powder, onion powder, some Maggi all-purpose, salt, black pepper, and maybe I think a little ginger in this one. That's it, okay? And then we have our coarse sea salt. Pimento seeds, gotta have that. And these are allspice leaves. I get this from a local farm, and this we just take it right off of the tree. Probably this weekend, if you follow me, I'll do a live stream from the local farm. All right, and then we'll see what's going on. Hello, thank you for coming in. So you guys, I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok, so thank you for joining me if you're on TikTok, and YouTube, same thing. TikTok, hit the like button so we can push it out. Just tap the screen, that's all you gotta do. And YouTube, thank you again for being Carolina. What's up? So now we're gonna use the curry that I have, okay? This is my curry. Let me turn this down a little bit. It's annoying me. Right? You can use any curry that you want. I like Blue Mountain, Better Pack, and some other curries, but those are the two that if I didn't have my own, that's what I would be using, okay? So what we're gonna do with this chicken now, I'm gonna do a light curry because we're gonna toast the curry in some coconut oil. So we just take a little bit that we want on the chicken, okay? Put the curry on the chicken. I'm gonna use the coarse sea salt. I don't wanna use a lot because you don't want it to be over salted. So what you do, you use a little and then you can always add seasoning later. Just keep that in mind. A little first, add seasoning later. Alex, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? All right, so we're just gonna put a little coarse sea salt, but not a lot, guys. Remember, you can always add, you can't, it's very difficult to take away. That's always a problem. And then we're gonna use our all-purpose that I just told you what's in this. As a matter of fact, I might just put this into the in the description, right? So the all-purpose now, we can be a little bit more liberal with that, right? Now, if I wasn't cooking this right now, this second, I'll put this over here. What I would have done with this, if I wasn't making this right this second, I would have added onions, garlic, thyme, all of that stuff right now and then let it sit. But because we're making this right now, it's really not necessary. We're gonna add that during the cooking process. You understand? So as we have this, let me get a spoon. And you just wanna kinda get all of the chicken covered. Remember, this is a light curry. We're gonna add more curry to it. And I might need to actually add a little bit more curry to this. Just a little bit more. Now this particular curry here that I have, this one is a little spicy, you know, so you don't really need to add pepper and things like that too much, okay? Let's get a little bit more curry in there. And this is gonna be a country curry chicken. A little bit different than normal, guys. But this one is delicious. This is like you wanna impress people doing a little bit different. Everybody makes their curry chicken a certain way. And what's not so traditional about it is the things that we're adding to it. So because we're putting in the yellow yam, the pumpkin, and all that stuff. No, I'm making curry chicken, not fried chicken, curry chicken. Okay? But what we do a light seasoning on the curry, and then in the pan now we're gonna layer it. That's how we do this particular style of curry chicken. All right, so let me just put this to the side over here. Be right, get my cutting board. Be right back. All right, so we have our pot here, and this is the cutting board. So let me show you what we're gonna be putting in it so you guys understand. This is what's going in the curry chicken. So I have some Irish potato, yellow yam, pumpkin, carrot, onion, and then some peppers, and then corn. I also put corn in there. So it's almost like we're making a full stew, you know, but curry chicken style. Can't beat that, right? Yeah, I'm gonna baptize this chicken right now. For sure, I can tell you that. All right. You made curry chicken 2 days ago. Let me tell you something about food, and especially Jamaican food, right? What I realized. The next day, and I used to hate leftovers, right? But the next day, let me tell you something. If you can cook it, put it down in the fridge, and then eat it the next day, fine. But most of the time we can't do it because we're hungry and greedy. And so let's get some of these things cut up right now. So what I have here now, I'm gonna start with the onion, right? Now the key with this thing now, remember, my cooking and any books that I have and everything like that is all to use what you have in the house, right? So there's nothing that you need to have. Like if you don't have that, then it can't be done. You know what I mean? There's nothing. We don't have nothing like that. We make it work with whatever we have, right? So we have onion. Let me get some more onion. And all we do, we just give this a rough cut. Doesn't matter. It's gonna cook down, right? So just a rough chop. They'll cook down nice. There you go. Nice onion. Let me get a bowl. It's funny, when you do these lives, you know, you think you're prepared and ready to go, but you're never really ready to go. So, yeah? Yeah, I know. Yeah, so let's get these onions in here. Oh, guess what else we're missing, guys? Garlic. Gotta have garlic. Okay? So I'm in the fridge here, and we're getting garlic. So we have garlic. Now these garlics, just another rough chop. It's not, all this gonna cook down nice into the curry, right? So let's get that in there. So we have onion, garlic, and what I like to do is build a base, right? So I'm gonna do something that, you know, some people won't do, not necessary, but I like to do it. You take a green pepper, just a piece of it, because you're gonna use the rest later, and then maybe a piece of another pepper, right? And get the seeds out. Having the seeds in there doesn't hurt it. And then this, we're gonna make these in nice fine chops too. Put this over here. See? Right? Because I want this to cook out just to give flavor. And then we'll add the rest of those peppers later on. So you see? Just small dice. A small dice, guys. All right. Let's get this. So we have a small dice. What are we missing from this thing here? I think we're missing some thyme. All right, so we got a little bit of thyme. And then our pimento seed, just a few of them in there. And that's that. So what I'm gonna go do now, okay, we're gonna get the curry on. Let me lift this up, sorry guys, so they can see what's going on over here on TikTok. What's up, TikTok? All right, so we turn the stove on. And you wanna get, any kind of oil is good, but what I'm using for this particular one, we're using coconut oil, okay? Thank you, thank you. Listen, they made me clean the kitchen before we went on live. Don't look at this, normally it's a mess. No, I'm just joking. All right, so this is coconut oil. And I'm just gonna put the coconut oil, just a drizzle of it. And I'm gonna show you guys a secret. But this is only because you're on here. I don't normally tell anybody. Ghee. You need some ghee, okay? This is just clarified butter, pretty much. This is what that is, okay? And what we're gonna do with the ghee is get the ghee into the pot. And this ghee gives it a flavor that's unmatched. It's hard to keep up with that. Everybody's gonna wonder what it is. It's the ghee. Because when you brown it now, it gives it a whole nother flavor. It just toasts it up really good and gives it a good flavor. So we're making curry chicken, country curry chicken, guys, if you wanna know what we're making here. And just give me a like, hit the like button so we can get the thing pushed out and more people can learn how to cook the Chef Ballo way, right? So right now, I'm just gonna go ahead. And another thing, guess what? We're actually eating this with rice and peas. I know that's crazy, right? But I made the rice and peas yesterday and we had fried chicken and I did an air fried jerk chicken. YouTube, that video will be out later on in the week and check that out for me. TikTok, I'll put a little small thing out for you guys, right? But the rice and peas is so good. So I know we're supposed to have this with white rice, but I just don't know if I can do that right now. The rice and peas is too good. So we're making country curry chicken with rice and peas. Oh boy. You're gonna kill me about that. All right, so now we have the oil heating up in the pan. Curry. Now guys, I know everybody say you're supposed to burn the curry, right? Everybody's a big thing, oh, you have to burn your curry, burn. You do not. The reason why you toast curry is to release all of the oils and the flavors. And normally you do that when you're making it from scratch. So this now, we want it to just have a little toast to it. So I put it in the pot. You see it's smoking already? So I don't need this to go too long. That's the ghee, right? We have our curry over here that we seasoned up already. Remember, we did a light seasoning with the actual curry because we're gonna do this. You hear that? You don't want it to get too dark because it will burn and make your curry, your chicken bitter. All right, let's get that in there. This is the chicken. This is the fun part. Oh, look at that. I wish you guys could smell this. Right? And just let that go. Now let me show you what else I do. 1 second there. We'll be ready. All right, so we have some vegetable broth. That is what I'm going to put in there. A little bit of vegetable broth, okay? And then go ahead and make this go and cook down a little bit. All right, so now that we have the curry going, we got to move on to the next step. So I always keep a water with the spoon next to the curry. And then let's just cover that. Turn the stove down to about 4 medium, you know. You don't want it to be too thin. We're going to let that go just for like another 5 minutes or so. Remember, it has very little water. It's going to steam up. And then we're going to add these veggies in there. While I'm doing that, waiting for that, let me put this on the other side. Give myself some space to work with. I'm going to cut up the rest of these things here. All right? So we have some pumpkin. Now, pumpkin goes into the curry at the last minute, okay? You understand? Very, very last minute. So, and the reason why I put the pumpkin in later on is because the pumpkin is sweet. And you don't want the sweetness to mess with the food, right? So, here. All I'm gonna do, let's put that in here. This is where the vegetable broth is. So we have the pumpkin. Now we have carrot. This we can cut up same time too. Just get the ends off, both ends. And again, this is using what we have, guys. Just keep that in mind. Can't go wrong. If you don't have carrot, it doesn't need to go in there. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. This is the best thing. All right. So I'm just going to peel the carrot. See that? So chicken takes about, curry chicken, I don't know, maybe about 30, 35 minutes for, you know, or so. So with the carrot, you can cut this any way you feel like. You can cut it diagonal, just in circles. It doesn't matter. For me, I just like to have them to be thick. You know, I don't want them to be too thin. Right? So I'm just cutting them like that. Just some big carrots, it doesn't matter. Let me get another bowl for that. And then put the carrots away. Same thing. This is a piece of yam that I had left over. So what I'm gonna do, cook the yam in there also. That's just how everything goes. Potato, the Irish. Now let me cut the Irish first. These all go in different stages. The yam I'm gonna put in there now. Once I put in these, the onion and the garlic, all of that stuff, I put the yam in there too because the yam takes a little longer to cook and the carrot can go in there also, right? Let's peel this potato. So just Irish, same exact thing, we just peel them. Same thing with the potato. For me, I just like to cut them in quarters, just like that. Simple, right? Now, when I cut potatoes ahead of time, I make sure I put them in water so they don't get dark and black. Okay? Another little secret. This is how you can do your prep ahead of time. And normally when we have purple potatoes that we use, and if you ever use purple potatoes or purple yam, you know that you have to cut them and then soak them in water, and then that way they get rid of that dark color. If you don't do that, what's going to happen when you cook the purple potato out, it's going to change the color of all of your food, and it's going to be crazy. Yes, I'm a chef. No, that's not Scotch bonnet. Let me show you something. I'll show you the Scotch bonnets right now. Over here, these are just regular bell peppers. All right. Over here on the plate, they're just regular bell peppers that we're going to put into the country curry chicken. This is my last thing straight from Jamaica as far as the Scotch bonnet, right? So these, my friends, are the chocolates, the purples, right? And what I advise, so out here we have farms. I grow Scotch bonnets also, but we also have farms out here that have Scotch bonnet peppers, right? So what you got to do, either you're going to cut them up and put them into vinegar and have them like that so you can use them when you want, put it in a glass jar, or you're going to put them in the freezer, which is what I do. I put them in the freezer and they last much, much longer. Only problem when you put them in the freezer, for some of them, you might lose a little flavor, right? Not much, but you don't lose the heat, but you'll lose a little flavor, okay? So this we'll use later, if necessary. All right, so now the curry's been going for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the rest of the stuff. This is, again, all we did was cut up some peppers, garlic, onion, pimento, and thyme. And then we just get that in there. Okay, and let that go. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, growing peppers is the best. Let me tell you something. It takes a while because sometimes you have to be careful here. We get what you call white flies, right? So I remember one time I had one of the prettiest pepper trees I've ever had in my life, ever. Getting pepper from it consistently, the flavor's perfect, everything. And then one day I got these white flies and it just destroyed the plant. I mean, they'll go through that plant like this. So, that's the only negative. They say you're supposed to take dishwashing soap and I think vinegar. Yeah, I tried that once and it totally killed my entire plant. So that didn't work out for me. All right, so now we got the chicken going. Let me check it real quick. So what I'm gonna do is put the yam in there too, right? So the yam, let me just see if it still look good. Woo! Look at that. Still looking good, still looking good. All right. So we're just gonna cut this yam. And like everything else, right? Let me peel this. It doesn't really matter the size that you put in there, right? This can just be chunks. It's fine. Oops. All right. So we got the yam in there. I got these corn. We have a farm down the street that have corn. And they gave me this corn, but I don't know. Let me see if it's any good. We'll see together if it's any good, guys. So I could peel this up and see. Well, look there. It's not the greatest. I can take the bottom half of it and use. I felt like it wasn't too good. It's a mess. All right, let me see. Let me just cut it from here. So here we got this. This is the corn. We just got fresh, but this is the thing when you get fresh stuff. Can be good, can be bad, right? All right, guys. Let me clean up this. Again, we're making curry, country curry chicken. So what makes it that? We're gonna have yam. Oh, the carrots. Let's get the carrots in there from now too. So now when you add in all these stuff to the chicken, what you're gonna wanna also do is you're gonna have to add a little bit more liquid. That's just the way it goes, okay? Because normally if you're making curry chicken, it's gonna spring its own liquid water and that will hold the seasoning and the flavor. So it's not necessary for you to do that, right? But with this particular thing, because we're adding the yam, the carrots and all these stuff, we're gonna need to add a little bit more water. I can tell you that right now. So let me go ahead and get some water. No, but all right, so we're gonna add the water, right? Let me show you. So once you add that water, what you have to do now, turn up the fire a little bit more, okay? Let's get this cleaned off. 1 second, guys.
You can't act normal, you know. It's just like you're doing it again. Huh?
Yeah. All right. So one piece. Let's check the other corner and see if that's any good. What do you think? What are the odds? Good or bad, guys? What do you think? What do you think? Good or bad? So that when you get fresh corn, this one is better, but you know, with these corn, I was thinking of doing some corn ribs. I don't know if you guys had corn ribs before, but I do a jerk corn ribs, which all we do, we just cut these in quarters and then you lightly fry them. You know what, matter of fact, I'll put up a video. I'll show you how we make the corn ribs. All right, so this now, you see if you could do that? You shouldn't be able to really just break it like that. I mean, this probably wouldn't have lasted a couple more days, it would have been it. So the same thing with everything else, with the corn. We just want them in big pieces, okay? Cut off this end part. All right, let me just rinse these off and then we'll get them in there in the stew too. All right, let me give this a little stir. So a lot of people don't add curry to their pan after they add it the first time. I'm not one of those people. I add curry, more curry if it needed, and 9 out of 10 it always does. So let me just fix this camera here. What's up, guys? Yeah, the corn is good, but I caught it just in time, a little bit longer and it would have been over. That's it, would have been done. We can't do anything, right? So for those just jumping in and joining, we're making a country curry chicken. So it's just, I'm using the chicken breast with the bone because that's what we eat, but you guys can use the thigh, legs, whatever part of the chicken. Curry chicken, we just chop it up into pieces and then we cook it like that, right? With this particular thing, the way we do this, we put in yam, carrots, corn, then we're gonna add some potatoes a little bit later on, and then we add some pumpkin. So it's like a stew in a sense, it has everything in just one big pot, So it's definitely something that's gonna be a good thing for you to try and eat, make, So if you eat curry chicken, try it this way. It's a different thing. Like I was explaining earlier, if you have pumpkin, the pumpkin is gonna make it sweet. So you wanna put this in at the absolute last. And pumpkin doesn't take more than, I wanna say maybe, 5, 6, 7 minutes to cook, and then it's done. If you don't mind it to have that kind of sweetish flavor, then feel free to put it in there. You can put it in anytime you feel like it. But for me personally, it gets a little too sweet as far as what I'm used to. I mean, when I give it to people and I serve it, nobody ever complains about it. But just from a personal preference, But the thing about cooking is you must use your own style and your own thing, right? So if some people like it's way more spicy than others. Like me, I love my food extra spicy. Like I take the raw Scotch bonnet pepper and I eat the raw Scotch bonnet pepper. You understand what I mean? So some people don't like it like that at all. They can't stand it that way. So I tend to tell everybody, add as you go along, right? Add as you go along. So because I added the rest of that stuff, I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Again, we gotta make it cook down and be a stew, and I want it to cook a little quicker. So this way you can add the temperature and it won't boil out on you. So let me get some more water and then add that. All right, guys, let's get this. Now, keep in mind, when I add that, because I added that liquid, you have to now add more seasoning because the water is taking away all of the liquid that we had before. You understand? So, what we're gonna do is go back to our trusty curry. I'm going to throw some in there. And then, where's our seasoning? All-purpose seasoning, okay? So remember what's in the all-purpose seasoning? Onion powder, garlic powder, Maggi all-purpose, adobo, some black pepper, and some ginger powder. That's what's in here. So we're gonna go ahead and season that up some more. Okay. And what I'm gonna do at the end, once this starts going, let me turn this fire up so it can start boiling. We're gonna add this in about 10 minutes. This is the potatoes. And then we'll save this for last. So let me cut up the peppers too. So these are just some sweet peppers that we had in the garden. Not this big bell pepper, but these little small ones. So all we're gonna do is give these rough chops. Doesn't matter. Let me give this a quick stir. And let me get that taste and see. A little bit more seasoning here. All right. And get that going. So I was saying, we got these peppers here from the garden. Yeah, you can get a little one taste. Yo, you know the one taste is the worst, you know, 'cause I know you start really get a little hungry. But what I was saying earlier before when I started the live was that one thing about Caribbean food, Jamaican food, is that it tastes better the next day. So if you can hold yourself and cook tomorrow's meal today, it's better. It's one of the rare foods that tastes better the next day. Like one thing that I cannot eat the next day, I couldn't care less what it is, how much times you give it to me, would be Chinese food. I'm sorry, I just can't do Chinese food the next day. Jamaican food, Caribbean, any kind of Caribbean food, Trinidadian, whatever, absolutely. Oh, and you know another thing I don't like the next day? Vegetarian food. Not a fan of that. Vegetarian food the next day, can't do it. Sorry. You know. But any kind of Jamaican food, curry goat, we make a soup the other day, and you see the next day, oh my goodness gracious. Problem is, I'm always hungry the day I'm cooking. You know. Like this curry chicken here, I know if I leave this for tomorrow, it'll be so much more better. But who's going to do that? Not me. You understand? So these peppers, again, we put this in at the very end. So let me just get them over there. Clean up our little thing. And what else we have? I think that's pretty much it. So now, what should I do, guys? Should I make a salad with this? Or do I eat it with spinach? You know? I don't know. What do you guys think? Salad, spinach. Yeah, Cajun food, gumbo, red beans and rice. Yeah, anything like that, man. The next day, you can't go wrong with that, man. For sure, 100%. 100%. Can't go wrong with a salad, right? That's what I'm thinking too. Should I do a salad? So, guess what? Give me a second. Let me just go over here to the fridge and we'll see what we have to make a salad. I know I have some kind of lettuce, arugula, good stuff. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me walk over here. All right. This is why I like people telling me salad, salad, salad. So I have a piece of cucumber. Remember, hey, the beauty of what we're doing here right now, you know, right, is that we're cooking with what we have, right? This is why this is like one of the best meals to make as far as I'm concerned. You use what you have and make it work, right? So I have some tomatoes. This one I got from the farm. A bunch of different kind of tomatoes. I didn't pick these. Sunday I'll be going to the farm where I'll be picking peppers and all that stuff. So I'll probably go live. If they have good connection over there, then we'll go live over there and you guys can see the really cool stuff they have. They have like a lot of cool peppers and vegetables and, you know, different kind of mints. They have a mint, a chocolate mint. I never even heard of it. That's where I get like the lemon drop peppers. If you ever seen that lemon drop hot sauce that I made, it's over there, right? So what I have here, arugula, some red leaf, and tomato. You know what? You know what, guys? Let me check and see what else is there. 1 second. All right, guys. This is getting out of hand now. So, thank you, Joanne. Appreciate it, Joanne. So look, market fresh greens cost more. Not over here where we are, right? So we have a lot of farms, local farms over here. And so it's actually more cost effective to go to the farm than it would be if you went to the supermarket, you know, on this side where we are. So guys, look here. I have cabbage, carrot, right? Spinach, onion. I can make, all right, let me give you another thing then. We can make steamed veg, right? I don't know. Or just stick to the salad. What do you think, guys? Steamed veg or stick to the salad? Come on, give me something. Let me think. Steamed veg or stick to the salad? Which one? What we doing here? Because I can even put this cabbage in the salad too, you know. Salad, Brandon. All right. You coming like when I don't like hot food. I don't want cold food. Nah, I'm with you. Let's do the salad. Let's not think about it anymore. I'll do the salad. All right. Let me make some space, some room. All right. Make a little room, some space over here, guys. I'll make a salad. Carrot. Huh. All right. You know what? What you say? Come on, man. Salad, steam, wilts the cabbage. Yeah, it does, but, you know, you see that steamed veg, but we're going to go with the salad right now. But give me 1 second because I want to go get some of my little tools here. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, this is the chef tools, the toolbox. This has everything in there. But what I wanted out of here is this little thing here. And maybe, do I need a grater? I don't know. Grater again. See, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the carrots. And then we have this. All right. And this is the thing that I carry on all my caterings, guys. Okay. What this has everything in there. The first aid kit, all of the little chef tools, the fandangles, everything goes in here. Let me show you something. Look at this. I'm growing this. This is oregano, fresh oregano. And this type of oregano, all you have to do is cut the stem, put it in the ground, and it grows. Like literally nothing. You don't need to do anything to it. The only reason why I'm giving this one to somebody, so I put it in water. But all you have to do, cut the stem, that's it, done. Best thing to grow. All right, guys, I don't need a big salad. So let's put these peppers with that. Get all these tools out the way. Shallots. What do you think? Shallots into the salad? Why not? One thing about shallots, they're light and sweet, you understand? So they don't overbear. Like I know some people put onion in there, but when you put onion in your salads, you gotta be very careful. So it should be the red onion. You can get away with white, but definitely don't put the yellow onion in there. I'm begging you, please. That's for cooking, right? So let's just give this, yeah, just cut it up into some slivers. Can't go wrong with this. All right, so we got the shallots. Guy said make a salad, so what we have here? I have some red leaf lettuce. I like red leaf, it's much sweeter than the green. Now, I don't know about you guys. I know this thing says pre-wash, but we always rinse it in baking soda, dry it, and put it back in the thing. So you don't have to, but I do anyway, right? So we said, now how do I want to cut this? Thin slices or just a rough chop? Let's just see let me see. We'll do a rough chop. Rough chop. All right, so I see the curry smoking behind me. I actually want to get those potatoes in there. Let me take my glasses off a little. Coming along. One little taste, guys. Wow, that one is nice. Yo. All right. Cover back on. I think I could turn it up a little. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes to keep cooking through, and then I'm gonna put the potatoes in there. So the potatoes will probably go in there in about 5 minutes or so. Okay? I'll rinse my hand. All right, guys. Let's get back to the salad. All right, so this is the red leaf we have in there. What else we're gonna put in this thing? Red leaf are dirty up my board, boy. God damn it. So, tomatoes, right? You guys like arugula? Hey, Vicky, well, go on. So I'm gonna take some arugula. Now, arugula, if you guys don't eat it, it's really peppery, right? So we're gonna put that in there. There's a nice pepper spice to it, you know? I'll be honest though, it takes getting used to. So if you're not used to arugula, it takes getting used to. All right. So now, boy, I'm doing good, you know. I'm making some country curry chicken. We just have yellow yam, Irish potato, corn, and some sweet pumpkin in there. And we had made rice and peas yesterday, so that's what we're gonna eat it with. I know curry and rice and peas, but what we are gonna do. So these guys, you see these yellow tomatoes? These are bitter, okay? These are really, really bitter. So what I suggest, I'm gonna put a couple of them in there, you know. They're not as bitter as green, okay? So if you've ever had green tomatoes, you know that they're not sweet, you know. But they're close to green. Let me just help you out with that. All right, so let's get some tomatoes in there. And these guys came straight from the farm. You know, normally I go down there, but I guess they only have a few tomatoes. They didn't want anybody just going there and picking them, right? So as far as these tomatoes, again, like I said, everything, whenever we get any vegetables, especially from the farm, right? We put them in baking soda with water and let it soak, okay? And then it gets, if it has any bugs or anything, because remember, a lot of these things, they're coming straight off of the tree, and then they just package it up. I mean, they clean it and everything like that, but you always got to do an extra cleaning just for yourself, okay? So just keep that in mind. So, all right. We got this here. And we're just gonna cut these. And as you can see, these tomatoes, I could tell you right now, I already know that these are not sweet. But let me do a thing. So here I have herb salt. So what I do when we get our herbs and stuff, you know, so from the mint, I have dill, I have, what else growing? Parsley. I always have these things growing year round. So what I do, I make a salt with them, right? This one here is mostly rosemary, parsley, and sage, right? So this one I use like for meats, you know, if I'm making lamb and stuff like that. Or it tastes good, like if you have tomatoes and cucumbers together, it is really nice. This one here has mint, parsley, dill, sage, pretty much every herb you can think of in here. And this one is with Himalaya pink salt, okay? So a lot of people don't know the difference is the Himalaya pink salt is definitely stronger than this sea salt, okay? You only need a pinch of it compared to what you would do with this. Yeah, Parker, make sure you make it. It's like the best thing in the world. If we're making lamb chops, like if you go back on a couple of my videos, you see when I make the lamb chops, I always use a herb salt, always. And that's it. I just put herb salt it, pan sear it, put it in the oven, and then maybe make a little gravy for it. That's it. Even if I'm grilling it, it's the best thing in the world. You want to make a chicken like doing a lemon butter chicken, you throw this on there, you're good to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this salt here with the Himalaya pink salt and just kind of put like a little smidgen on there. All right. Like I said, it's really salty, this particular one. The reason why I'm doing this, I want to see how sweet these tomatoes are. Looking at them, they don't look sweet at all, so. That's much sweeter than I thought. Again, you see that little pinch that I put on there? Pinch too much. So what I think I'm gonna do with this herb salt here with the Himalaya pink salt, for me, I still think it's a little too salty. I want it to have more of the herb, you know. Now, steaks is the best. Like ribeye, like if you want to use this salt on steaks, it's the best, absolute. I use it on the tomahawk ribeye steaks, okay, liberally. But I do a reverse here. So I'll season it, then I put it in the oven on 250 for about 45 minutes because I like everything well done, right? So I know you don't eat well done, I get it. Some people don't eat it well done, I do. And then I take it out and then I pan sear it to get the crust and let it sit for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so. Perfect, well done. It won't be dry. It will be juicy. I mean, just fantastic. All right, so we know that the tomatoes are pretty good. So what I'm gonna do again, maybe just Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Just score them. I don't think I need. They can be nice chunks of tomatoes. Because I thought they were bitter. I should have tried this one. Let's try this, guys. Look, look, look out. You see how tough? I already know. Hold on, let me get the other herb salt. Guys, I already know this one is not going to be, the yellow is not going to be that great. Man, I wish you could smell this. This just smells like rosemary and sage and, oh man, it's so good. It's one of my favorite salts. All right, guys, let's see. You know what? It's not bad in flavor. The only thing about it is firm. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use it more garnish, right? It's firm, but the flavor's fine. So let me get one more of these. Okay. And these, I'm gonna slice these a little thin and chop them. You know what? This will be like for texture. Some people are like, what the hell is that? Yeah, let's do these for texture. Yeah, there you go. One thing when you're cooking, you know, you just come up with things and cook your what? Give me something to cook, I'll cook it. Tell me. Tell me what to. All right, guys. You almost made me forget to put the potatoes. So what we're gonna do, remember, when you cut up potato or yam and you're not ready to put it in the thing, but you wanna prep it, just make sure you put it in some water. That way it won't get dark, you know, the black color or whatever, okay? All right. Man, it's coming along nice. Add the potatoes. So the potatoes, that's gonna make that nice thick gravy, okay, that we're gonna want. All right, guys. So we have our tomatoes. Let's just get that in there. And then, what is this? These are the yellow tomatoes. So we're gonna just use that for texture. So now, what else do I have here? I have some cucumber, you know. Cucumber, however you say it. So let's take a piece. These, I normally get these fresh too. They didn't have any, so I just bought this. And this is an English cucumber. I normally get the little Persian ones. I like those better. But let me just rinse this real quick. All right, let's peel this a little bit, guys. All right, so it's a good little peel. Now, same thing with this. When I'm cutting these things, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, okay, do I want it this way? Do I want it that way? You know? But let's see. I'm gonna. right? So I think we should just go quarters. What do you think? One little. I don't think I need more than that. That way you can see you can see them, right? Quarter. All right. So now I have some carrots. So this carrot, I think I should just peel them. All right. All right. Blessings from Detroit. Boop, bop, 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 bing, bang, bang, bang. What's the weather like over there? I know y'all don't have sun like what we got going on here, that's for sure. What's the weather like in Detroit right now? All right, guys. So we have cucumber, tomato, carrot. So this carrot, I'm gonna put it in my little thing here. And look. This gives me a little flour. Right? We'll make some carrot flowers. Look at that. What do you think about that? Yeah. TikTok look like it's soon done. I don't know. Let me 1 second, guys. Let me figure out what this means. All right. Listening to some Sade right now. I'm making some curry chicken. Wait, hold on a minute. 51. 37. No, man. Come on, man. Yo. Let me tell you something. 51 degrees. Everybody have on their full jacket, boots, Uggs, everything. Brr. Yo. She said 51 degrees, guys. Where you guys from? Because that sounds crazy to me. I can't even wrap my head around it. Yo. May I get cold, I think about it. Houston. No, Houston not cold. That's Texas, yeah. You're all right. You're all right. Is it dry? Miami. That's what I'm talking about. Now you're talking. Okay? So guys, you see I made these little flower things. If you don't want them to get messed up and dark, get one of these. I'll be right back. All right, you got me some sparkling water. You guys drink sparkling water? This, all you do, you put it in ice water. So, if you're doing a catering or anything and you needed, these things, you can make them ahead of time. These last up to 3 days like this, okay? They won't get dark, they stay nice and pretty and bright, and Just because you're on the live with me, I'm giving you this. Normally, I wouldn't even tell people how to do that. Well, whatever. All right. So we're gonna just submerge those. Let me get some water. You guys drink sparkling water? Yeah, it preserves it nice. And again, when you cook and when you cater, right? Cooking for somebody at the house, you have all the time in the world. You can do whatever you want, right? When you're catering, it don't work like that. When you're catering, you gotta prep ahead of time because everything has to be on time, okay? You gotta either get to the venue on time, you have clients that wanna eat on time and all this stuff. So you gotta learn how to do things ahead and how is it gonna hold, right? Another thing people don't take into consideration is the travel time. Like when I'm moving from point A to point B, if I'm not cooking on site, how is the food gonna, does it keep cooking? Is it gonna deteriorate? Does it need to warm up? All of these things that, a lot of people do not take into consideration, so, you follow me on the lives, I'll give you tips and stuff like that. I don't care. I don't gatekeep any information because everybody can make money and figure it out. Make we check this because now I believe we got to put in that pumpkin, guys. So the curry chicken is coming along. We got the corn. The chicken pretty much cooked through. We have corn, yellow yam. What else we have in there? Carrot. Woo! Yeah, go wrong. You can't get done. You can't get done. Hold on. So I'm gonna put the pumpkin in there. Yeah, I'm just trying to give you some good advice, everybody, Parker. That's what we do. Sparkling water, it's the best thing in the world. Guys, I cut out the candy for a little bit. That was my biggest thing. I know to you guys it might be nothing, but to me, cutting out candy is like a guy that can't stop smoking or drinking, I guess, whatever. That was my addiction, right? So, I don't drink the soda the way I want to. Sparkling water is my cheat code. And when we really want cheat, we just add little sugar water with lemon and it tastes just like Sprite. Just like Sprite. All right. Let me see. Get another 5 minutes? I think so. 5 more minutes before we put in the pumpkin and the carrot. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out with me, appreciate it. If you have any questions, just feel free, drop it in the comments. Me eye them bad, so me have to look for see, where's that? You see it? All right, so don't feel bad. All right, guys. So remember the best thing about this dish that we're making today, I don't have to make no rice. Rice I already make. You understand? So I know what you're saying, but we're gonna be making rice and eating rice and peas with it. So let's finish up the salad, guys. So far we have red leaf, arugula, and some spinach. Let me just take this. Now with the spinach, I want to do ribbons, right? So what I do, you line it up. Oh, put this carrot here for now. Okay, just get them up, line them up on top of each other. Then you just want to cut the stems, right? Stems off. And then you just do a basic fold. You could fold it this way. You could fold it for top, coming back down to the stem, which is the way I like to do it. And then we just do a basic chiffonade, which is just a basic cut to make this it look like that. Okay? So there you have. All right. So this is how I like to do my spinach I don't like the spinach when it's in big bites of spinach for some reason. I don't know why, but just not my thing. All right, so the same thing again. That's just gonna get them lined it up by the stem, okay? And the bigger one can go down and everything can go into the big one. Some of them are already done. Stem, stem, no stem. All right, come on, Sade, take off that. Let me tell you, the music playing, but I'm so cheap, I won't give YouTube I think it's like $2.99 for the YouTube music. I don't know how much it is, but cheap. All right, so there you go. Cut the stems off. And let's do a fold. See another fold. And then just another thin chiffonade. Watch your fingers. Let me tell you something. These are not the sharp knives. These are pretty sharp, you know, but these are not my sharp knives. The reason why I don't use the sharp knives on camera, 9 out of 10 will probably cut my hand. I'm sure about that. My luck. Right? All right, guys. So we have our spinach cut up. Another piece of advice, guys. You see this thing here? It's called a scraper. Make sure you should have this. Everybody should have one of these. For sure, 100%. It cleans everything, scrapes up everything quickly. I don't know how I was surviving without it. All right, so now, so far we have red leaf, green leaf. What are we missing from this thing here? I have cilantro, parsley. What do you think? No? I have a couple more peppers. Can't go wrong with the pepper. Let's get the pepper in there. All right, we have some red and yellow pepper. So make we use that and put that in there. And then I think that should really wrap it up. We don't need to go too crazy with the salad. All right. Again, same thing. Slice them. Take out the seeds. All right, guys, let's get this pumpkin in here. All right, so the pumpkin, peppers, everything gone in there. This might need to turn down just a little bit. And at the very end of that, I'm just gonna add a little butter, right? And maybe the Scotch bonnet, I don't know. I'm on the fence with it. I might have to just put the Scotch bonnet on my food itself, you know, instead of in the actual food. All right. Let's get rid of these seeds. And again, this is for the salad. Check this out. I don't think I need more than that. Well, scraper. See what I mean? See why I scraper better? Better than the knife. So guys, the thing is, I need to figure out what am I going to put this salad in. I mean, do you have any idea? All of the salad bowl them far away from where me there. You know what I mean? So all we're gonna do, just give these a basic chop. There we go. Look at that. So I don't have the time now, but one of the time I come back on the live, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you how to make like vinaigrettes for the salads and stuff like that. You know, all the different like salad dressings and you know the cool stuff. So I did see this though. This is called Salad Supreme. It's, normally I use this like if we're making like a pasta salad. No, this is not Ito food, Wayne. This is a country curry chicken. So we're doing curry chicken, but we're putting yam, corn, potato, pumpkin, all in one pot. So it's not Ital. But I will do Ital. I think the next thing I'm doing is a jerk chicken, and we're gonna use tofu and some other ingredients to do a vegetarian jerk chicken. All right, let me taste this again. All right, so let me tell you what this tastes like. This is seasoned nice, but it have I think Parmesan cheese in there. You understand? So I'm not sure if I want that flavor on here. I don't know. Word for the. See, normally a salad like this, what I do, I just take some avocado oil, fresh lemon, but I don't have any fresh lemon, and a little bit of sea salt, and we're done. That's it. Okay, we are no problem. Respect, though. Respect for coming in, man. Trust me. So, since you're late, let me just tell you where we are. Right now, we're almost done the curry chicken. Done. You understand? So that means that you're late. Right? And now, what we're doing, we're having curry chicken with rice and peas. This is another disrespectful thing. And we just made a salad because all of these people don't think you're supposed to have steamed veg with this thing. I don't know why. Who don't eat steamed veg? So we made a salad. And what we're doing, the whole point of me doing these lives and stuff like that, right, is I'm just using ingredients that I have at the house. You understand? Whatever I have. It's not, if I don't have it, I'll just make it work and figure it out. Like even this salad, it's just what we had from the farm, and you know, whatever that was in there, did buy already. And we made a salad right now. So what I'm gonna do now is mix up this salad here. So let me move these things out of the way. And then I'm actually gonna use this plate. I'll use this plate to mix it up. All right. So let's put these tomatoes and cucumbers in here first. All right, and get them in this. All right. So the salad, did I try the curry powder? Did I fry it? Yeah. So what we do with the curry, we put a little bit on the meat, and we don't fry curry powder. We toast it, okay? If you fry it and make it get dark like everybody, that's why them food always bitter, because it's not. The whole point of it is to release all of the aromatics that's in the different seasoning that make up a curry powder. You understand? So yeah, did we toast it? Yes, we did. And put the chicken in there. Sound like you're hungry. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get this salad out of this for now. I'll put it back in here and just get a good mix. So I have the shallots that we had cut up earlier. Now me with shallots, I don't like, this one is too big. I don't like too much of them in the salads. And then just get a good little stir on this salad here. Right? So now that we got that done, let me rinse my hand a little bit. me check in upon this thing. Oi. Oh. All right. Let me taste a piece of this chicken here. If I can get a piece of the chicken, guys. Let's see. No, man. I've got to change the music. January star. Boy, oh boy. All that need now is just a little tip. No. We're not using no coconut milk on this one. And you know why? When I make this curry chicken, I like to do that. But me don't have none. You understand? Use up all of my fresh coconut milk. I don't have any. So, but as Wayne just said, because obviously Wayne, I want chef too. You can use coconut milk in there if you want, especially the way that we're making it now. That really just gives it a pop. If you've seen my other videos on it, you'll see that I've done that. But this particular one, I didn't, because I don't have any. And what I like to do, I like to take a sundae and blend up and make all my seasonings on the one day, the sundae. No. Hold on. I have coconut powder. But that is always absolute last resort. Like for something like this, I won't use it. But I do have coconut powder. Just because. Right? Like I have like stacks and stacks of them because I always buy one. But I very rarely use it. It's a thing where rare. Right? All right. So the salad now, guys. Make we just put back the tomatoes and stuff all over. So this now, guys, I'm not gonna season this salad. Normally I would, but I'm not gonna season this salad because we're gonna use a salad dressing on it. So there's no reason to season it. You know what? Let me just leave it on that. I'll leave it on that. That's fine. And then what we could do, you always want it to be, yo, it did look like a small salad at first, eh? Right? But, hey, respect to the chosen one. Big dog, boom bam. Respect, man. So look here, guys. This now is I'm gonna show you. Remember these? We just put them in there. Okay. I shouldn't even put these in there now. I should wait. Well, why not? Let's get them in there. Okay. And this last one there. Wait there. Come here. Like you go fishing. Come here, buddy. All right, so 3 is always good. Let's see. Right? Yeah, 3 is fine. 3 is fine, guys. What do you think? All right? Hold on. We'll put it there, so. All right, guys, so look here. We have a salad. Now, for me, just to figure it, normally I have like some microgreens and stuff, right? I'm going to take you to my friend that has the microgreens. Parker, thank you, man. It looked good to me too, boy. See? But watch out. We'll take just a little bit more arugula. Okay. Just a little bit. And put it. Because normally we have microgreens that we would have done this with. Just a bit of arugula. Okay. And that's done. Add grapes. Wayne, I don't understand what I want. Send them now. You, what, what about you don't understand? Say, we definitely only using what we have in the house. There's no going to the store. See? Okay? We have what avocado? This is not pear, right? Pear, what we know as pear. We have to call this avocado. This is what them use to make the guacamole. Well, I don't know. Well, sure, I said, you know, I don't have what you have. Yo, guys, we and rich. That's why I make you know. I'm going to follow him. Okay, kind of rich. Full of money. Right? We're going to follow him. Angela, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me just check on the curry chicken. All right. It's almost done. All I have to do now, I put in little butter. Don't make them tell you nothing. Butter have to go in there. Now, should I put avocado in the salad or not? Yay, nay? So it's salad so far, guys. Avocado, what do you think? Talk to me, talk to me. Avocado in the salad, yes or no? What's up, Shay? On TikTok over there. Why TikTok? I can't really see the thing too well. That's why you see over there, I can't see the screen as well. It's dark. Okay. Avocado in there? No, yeah, no. I see no, I see no, I see yeah. Parker, whole heap of guan in there already. Parker said, no, man, too much guan in that the salad. They save it for tomorrow. You know what? We'll save this for tomorrow. Maybe go live tomorrow. Maybe make something with this avocado. I want to show you something. So I'll hold on to this. Okay? All right. This salad is done now. So what I got to do, make space, crowd of people. Turn this down. Let me go get the secret recipe for the curry chicken. Butter. So here we have a knob of butter. How much is this butter here? This is 2 tablespoons. Okay? I don't care. This have to go in there. Super green salad. Yeah, me know, but why? All right, guys. So now I got to do something with this salad here. Let me make a little space. Hey, this live thing, trying to cook on live, difficult, you know, man. Everything in the way. All right, put the salad here. Okay, and then all I'm gonna do with this is cover it. All right. Yeah, I nearly burned myself. Listen, yesterday, a couple days ago, look at this. I made some chicken, put my hand in the oven, hit the stove. Let me tell you something. You see this finger here, so I've cut this piece of meat all the way over. That's why I know say there's a higher power. I don't care what you believe in or what you don't believe in, but I've taken this finger off multiple times, full meat, and it grow back with nail and everything like it never gone away. You hear me, I say? So just keep that in mind. All right, guys, so we're just going to cover this up, put it in the fridge just for a little bit. All right? I'll be right back. All right. Stir that butter around in there. So what I know say the yam will stick. See that smoke there? The curry gravy there. Hold on. Let me show you. So see the gravy there? See? So the gravy is there already and everything. Thing they cook already. Everything cook already. So that's pretty much done. Now, some people like a really, really thick gravy. Hey, Wayne, thanks, respect. Some people like a thick gravy. For me, I like mine a little bit looser. So there's two ways if you want it to be, you know, you can just make this cook down. The potato's gonna mash out in there. Because I'm talking online and I'm trying to do this, you know, both at the same time, normally I would have been stirring it because the yam, when it cook like this, always gonna stick to the bottom of the pot, right? So you always want to kind of just lift it up a little bit. Once it's lifted up, it'll be okay. But because we're having so much fun right now, we couldn't do it. All right, guys. So it's pretty much done. Just need the gravy just to get a little bit thicker, you know. What I'm gonna ask you, do you guys warm up your rice on the stove with the pot or do you use the microwave? Tell the truth. What do you do? Microwave or pot? Yes, butter make everything better. Wow, you're right about that. Microwave, that's what I'm saying. I'm with you so far. Who else? Fresh rice. No, just weird. Well on there, man. My brother here, man. Fresh rice. Because you come so late, you forget, you don't get the full story. The full story, right? Let me lift up this camera, guys. The full story is simple. I had leftover rice and peas, right? This is why we're eating. It's leftover rice and peas. It made last night for dinner, okay? And we have leftover rice and peas. I'm not going to throw away food like that. Unless you don't want to send me some donation where I can go buy fresh rice. But right now, I don't have no donation, so I have to go and suffer and eat leftover rice. But leftover rice and peas, I don't mind, right? So, what to do with it? Microwave it or just warm it up on the pot? Do you guys put it in the oven? What is your, how do you do it? How do you warm up your rice? Because some people don't like the microwave, you know. Personally, I don't have a problem with the microwave at all, okay? But some people really, really dislike the microwave. It's a problem for them. But me, I don't mind it. So far we have, everybody say microwave. So you know, so be a rich people that follow me, boy. Because that means all of them have a microwave. You understand? So, eh? I'll be a rich people that follow. Eh? Everybody have a microwave, I see. Yeah, I like microwaves, all jokes aside, man. To me, it's easier, but I do have some family members that would lose their minds. You hear me, I tell you? If you ever do it in a microwave. Campfire. I know, right? I'm going to light up this grill outside here, man, and just warm up this rice. All right, well, that's what I got to figure out, which way I want to thing there. You understand? Yes, whole foots. Yes. Whole foots. Lazy. All right. One thing I know, I be a greedy people upon this live here. You understand? Because when you just can't wait, that is why you know I throw things in a microwave. You see what I say? Because I know say I have to go wait now for this thing warm up in a pot or oven. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. All right, guys. This thing is done. Pretty much. Let me see something. Let me see. I don't know if I can get a quick. It needs another 10 minutes or so. Whoa. Ooh. I said I was cooking this and then putting it down till tomorrow, you know, but I'm not sure about all of that. Might have to eat some right now, you know. All right. Chicken. Pumpkin. The pumpkin will cook out. Corn. What else? Oh. Yam. Okay. So, John was starved. I wish you could have eat this right now. I'm not lie, man. Serious thing, boy. The only thing, wait, need, but I'm afraid. Hold on. To all of you guys that didn't see earlier, thank you. Sure. Look here. You know what this is? Yeah, curry chicken soup. You're disrespectful. Stew more like it. Oh, brother, boy, I need you more up on the live, yeah, man. You're full of vibes, that brother. Try no star. Wayne, I bet you don't have this. Hmm? I bet you don't have this. Eh? You know what this is? This is a chocolate scotch bonnet or purple, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it purple, some people call it chocolate. Hmm? I bet you don't have it. Eh? Now, last question, guys. Should I put the scotch bonnet in there or no? TikTok, scotch bonnet in there or no? What for do? Eh? Come on, YouTube, tell me. Because guess what? Me see, me know say me have one. Watch her. See one here? This one cut already, you know, but so where that sell, you'd love to know. Where that sell, you'd love to know. No man, them come straight from yard general. Make them bring them up for me, and then when I do my plant one, but straight from Jamaica. Them are from Jamaica. I have some planting, but they're not bare yet. Guys, scotch bonnet or no? Yay or nay? What for do? Talk to me. What for do, guys? Scotch bonnet. And push out the live for me, YouTube. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how it's supposed to be done. This is just my first live cooking. Second time on YouTube. TikTok, same exact thing. First time going live over there. You know, them say you're supposed to push some type of button, tap some screen or something like that. I don't know how it goes. All right, so we'll say put the scotch bonnet in there. All right, but guess what? We gotta be careful not to put any of the seeds and only a little, because let me tell you, they want it hot, but me personally, I like scotch bonnet for flavor. We and them can't share, you know. We have any amount of green and yellow, but chocolate can't share this. I like gold. You see me? All right. Crowd of people. I'm afraid to touch it, you know. Oh. You know, when people tell you that, yeah, just hit the like, man, please. That's all me ask you. Know, it's free, as we said. I don't know if you can like on YouTube. I don't know how it works on either one of the platform them, but yeah. Now people said that you can change out scotch bonnet, right? Wait, did I turn this off? Whoa, if you turn that off. to me, it can't be replaced by no pepper. Unless you want just heat. You understand what I say? If it's heat alone you want, you can do it. But if it's the flavor, and the reason why I use Scotch bonnet is for flavor, guys. It's not about the heat, it's about the flavor. You understand? Blade, is that you? It can be. Hold on, I just said that. Blade, is that you? With my knife there, I'm going to give you a blade right now. No, but me have one. You understand? F around if you want. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and cut up this super hot fire Scotch bonnet that none of you have and can't get either. Yeah, there's no equal to Scotch bonnet. I'm sorry. I tell everybody that in my cooking class, in all of my cookbooks and everything, I say the same exact thing. You don't have nothing that can match Scotch bonnet. I can give you something to replace it. Now, if you just want heat, you can use a habanero pepper. You can use even jalapenos or any of the little, you know, but you have to be careful because like the Trini bird pepper, they have a different flavor too. So sometimes the pepper gonna give you a different flavor that you don't want. So I'm a big fan of that is only Scotch bonnet, right? Anyway, guys, this is it. Little last bit of pepper go in there. Wait. Oh. And this little part that I leave on here, I leave this on here on purpose. Okay? The reason why I leave this is for me to put with my food offline when we're done. We don't know. You understand? So yesterday I did a air fry jerk chicken. We're gonna edit the video. The quality of the video didn't come out too great, so that's why I didn't upload it and post it. I don't know if I'm still gonna do it or if I just redo it tomorrow or one of these days. Maybe I'll just go live and show you how to do that. You know, maybe make a oven baked jerk chicken or a air fry jerk chicken. And the reason why I want to show you how to make something like that, everybody don't have access to a grill. Some people live in the city, you know what I mean? When I used to live in New York, you know, you wasn't outside grilling like that, you know what I mean? So, was it dry? No, okay, that's a good question, Wayne. It can be dry, right? If you overcook it, right? Because it's almost like you're frying it like if you're doing a fried chicken, right? So I used the thigh and the leg. Or, no, just thigh yesterday. I used the thigh, not the breast. So I don't know how it would be with the breast. And I think I did it just maybe 10 minutes too long. Now, if it was cooked on the grill like that, most Jamaican would like it like that and thing. But I did two. I did one in the oven and then one on the in the air fryer. The one in the oven was way more juicy and delicious than the one in the air fryer. But I did a different seasoning on it also. But it's a good question. So was it dry? No, it wasn't overly dry. But could I have done it a little bit less and it been more moist like how the oven one was? Probably, yeah. But again, you know, we're talking about, you know, limited space and limited access to things, you know, right? So if you don't have access to things, maybe you only have an air fryer, you know, you're living in a dorm room or something, I don't know, you know, or, you know, you don't want to turn on the oven and stuff, you know. The air fryer took, I want to tell you, maybe 35, it would have took 30 minutes, but it took, I did it for 40 minutes on 370 and it was perfect, you know. You know, the skin was crispy. Like I said, it dry like if you cook it on a grill. But the oven, I'm sorry, man. If you know what you do with the oven, you can't beat that. You know, if I had to pick one or the other, I'm taking the oven. But the air fryer still was good. And I think it's worth doing a video on it and showing people how to use the air fryer to cook it personally. That's what I think anyway. You understand? So that's it. So anyway, guys, right now we made, just as a recap to what we made a country curry chicken, right? And the country curry chicken is an all-in-one pot, okay? So you can just have everything in there. We put Irish potato, yellow yam, pumpkin, and corn, right? Along with the chicken, and curry it up nice and pretty, delicious. So sometimes when we make it, we can put our green banana in there. I put whatever, you know. Sometimes we make a pumpkin dumpling and put the pumpkin dumpling in there, you know. Whatever you want in there. That's the beauty of it. That's why I call it country curry chicken. It's just like you have limited ingredients, you know. Maybe you only have a limited amount of rice or a limited amount of chicken. More importantly, let's just say so. Let me just the chicken that whole meal I want to show you. We did that for less than $10. Okay, with the chicken, the piece of yam. The chicken and yam was the most expensive. Everything else did was a little bit of money. You understand? Night Rider Wagwan. What's popping? Yeah, you don't need no rice with that for true, but again, we can't make the rice waste. You understand? That is the problem. And that rice and peas is sweet because we make it with the last coconut. Me that one little small coconut, so you know we grate that and you know. Come on, man. I can't. Yeah, cost effective for sure. Yeah. So, Parker, on the live, them, what I want to do is show cost effective meals, right? And ingredients that you have in the house, right? So whatever you have in the house. So I'm not gonna run out there and oh man, I need this, I need that. No, I don't have it. Let me show you how you can make this without it, right? So in all of my cookbook, them, you know, I have about 6 cookbooks. You can hit the link and guys can see it if you want to support me. That's a way to support me, you know, keep me going with this thing. Is you use the ingredients that you have. So even if I give you any recipe that I give anybody, it's just a base, right? So now when you see this, maybe you would have never thought that you could have do a curry chicken like this. But now you have the base, you know? Yeah, man. We appreciate the sub, man, for real. John knows that. So you have a base right now, and you can make this your own. You can make your own style now. You understand? Yeah. When I stream again, I don't know. You know, to be honest, I just put the camera on today, so I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow. Why not? You know, I might even stream a little later on tonight. I think you know, with this, I don't know what I'm doing too tough. I have a TikTok going over here. No idea. You know, so that's why you see me kind of looking back and forth between the two. The two directions, you understand? So this is my first time, and like I said, I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me and, you know, throwing in the little comments and stuff like that, you know, to keep me, you know, going and things. I remember we sit down here for a good 40 minutes. I watch curry chicken, I bubble, and the worst thing, you know, I get none. You understand? Me alone. You see it? So. No, I have a client that I cook for her. She's dealing with some health issues also. So we cook for her, you know. Like what we do too, we cook for a lot of people, a lot of cancer patients out here. And, you know, we come up with a curated menu for them and do the best that we can, right? So, again, guys, thank you for being here with me on the live, you know. And maybe I'll come on a little later for about another half hour or so, sit down and maybe outside and drink some coffee and things like that and chat to you guys and see what's up. You know what I mean? But I think I'm going to pretty much try and stream every day a different meal because I cook every single day, right? So it's like, okay, since you're cooking every day anyway, you might as well just go ahead, you know. Wayne, you're not going home to make this right now. You just call the thing soup. You're not doing it. You hear me I tell you? Matter of fact, I think you're going to stop and buy food. That's what yeah. So guys, yo, put on your notifications so you know when I'm going live, you know, on YouTube and TikTok, however you guys do it. So just put on the notifications for me. And one love. All right? Respect. Peace out. Thank you for hanging out with me. One love. Now, guys, the big thing is how you end this thing, yeah?